Hey guys, welcome to the end of another year and the beginning for 2025, which sounds like the most redundant thing to say out loud, to be honest, but I hope you guys had a good year, because it felt like it was both the longest year ever, but at the same time it also just flew by in the blink of an eye. And life just feels completely different from what it was at the start of 2024. I mean, I'm having my first kid in like a month, and if that isn't a life-changing event, I really don't know what is. But I hope you guys had a pretty cool 2024. I wanted to go over how this year went for me and for this channel, sort of just like recap and see how drastically things changed, and see if we managed to hit all the goals that we set at the beginning of the year, which I didn't write them down anywhere, to be honest, but they're pretty straightforward, you know, they're pretty easy to know. And I also want to talk about what I want the next year, 2025, to look like. So in the previous year, 2023, we were at 10,000 subscribers by January. You know, pretty interesting milestone. That's when I first started noticing that, you know, this channel was getting a little bit of traction. I remember feeling super excited when I got my first dollar off of ad revenue. I was like Mr. Krabs, just ready to frame it on the wall or something. And the goal back then was to just get familiar with the idea of posting videos and possibly make it a career one day. At the beginning of 2024, though, I was at 50,000 subscribers. You know, that's a massive leap from only 10,000. And that's when I first started realizing, like, crap, we're going somewhere. Holy crap. And I remember that one of my first goals for 2024 was, hey, I would love to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. For some reason, I just felt like that would just make me a more official YouTuber, you know, because you get the verified check mark, you get to put the little stupid play button somewhere in the background, kind of like an Easter egg for people to find. But overall, I feel like if I managed to hit that magic number, it would somehow make me feel official, right? Because I remember that when I first started making videos and posting them online, I was part of like this group on Discord of people who were just small creators, all of them, but we were highly motivated and we were just posting and talking about, yeah guys, we're gonna be super massive YouTubers real soon, heck yeah. Everyone was like super into the idea of posting videos, and it's really just been weird to see how they've all stopped posting one by one. Like, you go back and you check on their channels and it's just like, oh, the last upload was X amount of years ago. Maybe they just gave up for whatever reason, maybe they just realized it wasn't really their thing, but for whatever reason they just stopped posting. And for me, seeing them stop posting just gave me an even bigger burden to carry, because every time I would see that someone gave up or just changed career paths, because I don't want to say that they just gave up, it just gave me like a sense of responsibility, because I'm just here like, well, you know, out of the entire group, someone has to make it out alive. We can't all be quitters. So I suppose I'll just keep posting. I suppose I'll just keep pushing harder. I'll be the one to succeed, I guess. And well, we did hit that milestone on the channel. We got to 100,000 subscribers, and I'm honestly very grateful for that. I don't think I ever properly thanked you guys for that, other than just posting it on a community post. I'm just really bad when it comes to celebrating milestones, because I don't feel like I've done anything special to deserve that, other than to just keep going. But these milestones are more about you guys than it is for me, because you're the ones who make it all possible. So I just want to really say I appreciate you. I really do. That was goal number 1 for 2024, and it was more of a vanity metric than anything else, because it doesn't change the channel. You know, it doesn't change what we do here. It's more of a magic number and funny check mark on the name. That's all, right? But for goal number 2, one thing I really wanted to get down here on YouTube was to just figure out what I wanted the channel to be about. I feel like I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think that maybe we have a better sense of direction now. So let's go over the content type, all the types of stuff that we've posted throughout the year, and kind of just see how it went, right? I think the first video was this one. That surprisingly became my most viewed video with almost 1 million views. So at the beginning of the year, I was already into the idea of reviewing games and just, you know, studying their downfall, talking about how they used to be such great ideas that just ended up going absolutely nowhere. I find that to be really interesting, right? I'm not a negative Nelly, I just genuinely find it interesting, that's all, right? So I started off by doing that. I did some tier lists. I like doing tier lists. I also got to the point where I wanted to make like update videos of what's going on in the gaming industry. But I will admit that at certain points I was like making the dumbest stuff ever, because based Palworld Dev response to game dying, I'm pretty sure this was just a 6-minute video of me talking about a post on Twitter. I remember at one point I wanted to experiment with being a daily poster, and at that point I was like, okay, to be a daily poster I need to post daily. but, you know, on a daily basis, there aren't that many interesting things happening, so I have to post about literally anything. And, you know, it's just not fun. You know, it's just not fun because cool things don't happen every day, and I don't want to just post slop. Although I will admit, you know, recently, when there is interesting slop to talk about, you know, like Palworld is changing because of the lawsuit, Palworld versus Nintendo lawsuit makes sense, just milking the Palworld stuff, yeah. When interesting things happen that I find interesting, that I think you guys will find interesting, I will talk about those as I've been doing, but like, oh wow, it's all Palworld. It's all Palworld. But this was a pretty interesting area here because if you notice that literally all the thumbnails here are red with like a downfall arrow, this was just me taking the concept of talking about the downfall of video games and just tunnel visioning it to almost like an unhealthy level. And I felt like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be the downfall guy. But then after making a couple of them, I'm like, bro, this is so... I can't be doing this all the time. So this is my mistake for just tunnel visioning it instead of just like sprinkling it every here and there. One of the goals I want to have for the next year is that I kind of already have an idea of what's like the different types of videos I like to make and kind of just like put those in routine so that way you're not just watching a million downfall videos in a row and then there's like nothing else in between. In more recent times, I have a tier list and then I have a downfall video and then I have like, oh, this is a this versus that kind of video, you know? Oh, and there's news over here. Oh, it's gameplay over here. So I'm trying to sprinkle in variety here and there because I really like the idea of just having that sense of, you know, variety, so I'm not stuck doing one thing over and over again. But overall, you can see that I've kind of just been trying to figure out what's a good tempo to release X type of videos and kind of just personalize them more. One thing I've definitely changed from the beginning of the year to now, because look at this type of thumbnail, right? Look at that. No face anywhere except characters. Versus now, you see my face here. And this is a members only video, and this one too. But look at my face here, look at my face here, look at my face here. Like, I'm just trying to be more personal with my videos. I want you guys to actually see that, hey, it's me. It's not some AI crap. I'm not being replaced by AI. I want you guys to see like, hey, I'm here. Like, believe it or not, I'm really proud of this thumbnail right here, the tier list one, because it's just, I've never been a very photogenic kind of guy. You know, I'm handsome, I'm charming, I'm successful, I'm so many things in this world, but I've never been photogenic. So the fact that I'm just putting myself out there, it's interesting. It's really interesting. 2024 has also been the year of the shorts. I've been spamming shorts nonstop, just trying to like perfect the formula, learn how to be better at them. But it's been pretty tough posting so many short form videos while also posting like the long form videos and then like the live streams. One of my goals for 2025 is to just be more consistent with the live streams because yeah, I always say like, hey, I want to be more consistent with the live streaming. I want to be there more often. And even if it's just like once a week or something, I want to be able to do more live content so that way we can all just hang out and chill and talk together. But one thing I've also wanted to practice more is do more members only videos because I want to just really ramp up my members only section because I want to get more members because I think I only currently have like 6 members right now and 3 of them are family members, so they don't really count. So yeah, and being a YouTube member is only $1 in my channel if you guys want to support me there, so that way it's not 50% family members. But if you guys don't want to do that, that's fine too. But the next goal that I had for 2024 that was also like the scariest one and the most impactful one, I want to be able to be a YouTuber full time, you know, which we did hit all the way back in June. And I remember feeling like it was just long overdue because I wasn't making any crazy money on YouTube yet. Like I still don't think I make crazy money compared to your typical YouTube millionaire, you know, but I was making enough to pay the bills and have a little extra on the side too. And the scary part about it is I was working at a part-time job at the time, and you know, that was always the safety net. You know, I could always just fall back on that in case something went wrong with YouTube. But at the same time, I also felt like having that part-time job was kind of just keeping me from being able to just go all in on making videos. But the fact that I was juggling the part-time job and just grinding here nonstop was getting me to a very serious state of burnout, I would say, right? So I needed to make a decision whether to slow YouTube down or just quit my part-time job and go all in on posting videos. And well, I think you guys can imagine which career path I took, right? And I gotta say that it's been stressful, it's been hard, but it's also been very, very rewarding, right? You know, doing something that you love and you know, doing it for a living is a completely different feeling because my wife tells me all the time, like, hey, you work too much, you gotta take it easy, you gotta go have fun doing something else. And I genuinely have to explain to her, like, hey, I really do have fun doing this. This is all possible thanks to you guys again, so thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. All right, so what are the plans for 2025? What do we want this channel to look like by December of next year? What goals do we want to hit? Well, let's talk about that because one thing I really want to get better at when it comes to YouTube is just being being more consistent with the type of content that I'm making. You know, just keep doing what I'm doing, literally. Just keep doing, like, hey, gameplay, hey, news, this versus a downfall, tier lists, that sort of stuff. Just don't do this thing I did where it's literally all just the same type of video nonstop. So yeah, consistency and variety, I guess, is the best way to explain it. The subscriber count, if we hit 200,000, that would be awesome, but it's not really the most important thing in the world. You know, like I mentioned, it's just a vanity metric than anything else. But I want to be way more personal with the content, so that way you guys know it's not just the script talking, you know, it's just genuinely a conversation between you and I. I know that when the baby shows up, it's gonna get a little bit more chaotic adapting to like the new lifestyle, and the uploads will be all over the place. We'll figure it out, right? We'll figure it out. We always do. And lastly, one thing I do want to get better at is just finding more ways to give back to you guys, whether it be posting more videos, more members-only stuff, you know, just doing more consistent live streams, even if it's only like once a week. Because at the end of the day, this is all like a two-way street, like I mentioned. You know, there's no point in me posting videos if you guys don't watch them. And if you guys like what I'm doing, I want to do more of that to keep you guys, you know, interested and keep you guys going like, wow, that guy's pretty cool. We should watch more of that guy. But yeah, I would love to know how your 2024 went, what goals do you have for 2025, and if you're already doing something now to make them happen, or if you're just gonna wait until like February to get started. I don't know, guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.